Okay, another H-1B bomb from the Trump government. Let's talk about the bill that is making every Indian student and professional panic right now. So on April 22nd, Republican Eli Crane introduced the End H-1B Visa Abuse Act of 2026, and it is one of the most aggressive proposals ever aimed at the H-1B program. So what does it actually say? Let's break it down piece by piece. First, the 3-year freeze. So the bill would completely pause the issuance of any new H-1B visas for 3 full years. No new approvals. Second, the cap gets gutted. Right now, the annual H-1B cap sits at 65,000 visas. The bill would slash that to just 25,000. And all current cap exemptions, including the 20,000 extra seats reserved for masters and PhD holders from US universities, would also be eliminated. Thirdly, the $200,000 wage floor. Every H-1B worker would need to be paid a minimum of $200K per year, no exceptions. Fourth, no more OPT. The OPT program that thousands of international students use to gain work experience after graduation in US and then transition onto the workforce, that would be completely eliminated. Fifth, no dependents. H-1B holders would be barred from bringing their spouses or children to the US on the dependent visas anymore. Sixth, no path to a green card. The bill would completely prohibit H-1B workers from applying for PR directly when they are in US. And seventh, no third-party staffing. Consulting and staffing firms that place H-1B workers at the client sites would be banned from the program altogether. There's also a proposed 100K petition fee per application and a requirement for American employers to prove that they could not find a qualified American worker before going for a H-1B position. This brings me to the second part of this video, and this is why you should not panic yet. Now, here is the most important part and something many social media posts are completely ignoring about it. A bill is not a law. This is step 1 of a very long process. For this bill to actually affect your visa, your OPT or your green card timeline, it would need to pass the House of Representatives, pass the Senate, and then signed by the President. Right now, it has 8 Republican co-sponsors. That's it. It hasn't even cleared a committee yet. And honestly, it is looking very difficult that this bill ever be passed. So immigration lawyer Cyrus Mehta and respected firms like Reddy Newman Brown have already publicly stated that the chance of this bill passing in its current form is very unlikely. So watch it, track it, but do not change your life plans over a proposal that is, as of today, nothing more than a proposed legislation. What makes me say that it is unlikely to pass? It's because we have seen this happen before as well. This is not the first time that we are seeing a dramatic headline-grabbing H-1B bill that went absolutely nowhere. Let's look at the past. First, there was the H-1B and L-1 Visa Reform Act of 2017, which was introduced by Senators Grassley and Dick Durbin at the very start of Trump's first presidency. And it was a bipartisan bill, mind you. It would have imposed sweeping new wage requirements, mandated annual audits of the companies where more than 15% of employees were H-1B workers, and significantly tightened who qualifies. The bill had serious political muscle behind it. It went nowhere. It was reintroduced in 2023, still didn't pass, reintroduced yet again in 2025, still pending, still not a law. Secondly, there was the Protect and Grow American Jobs Act of 2017, which aimed to raise the wage threshold for H-1B dependent companies and tighten the outsourcing loopholes. It actually passed the House Judiciary Committee. That's further than most bills, and still it never made it to the full House vote or become a law. Thirdly, there was the American Jobs First Act of 2020, which proposed a $110,000 wage floor for all H-1B workers. It required companies to prove that they haven't laid off any Americans before filing a petition, and it even called for the suspension of the OPT program. Strong rhetoric, prominent co-sponsors, zero legislative success. And lastly, And in fact, this was just a few months ago when Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene introduced a bill to phase out and eliminate the H-1B program altogether. Not reform it, not pause it, but end it. This bill was introduced with a Republican-controlled Congress. As of today, it has not passed. Do you see the pattern? Shocking proposals, bold wording, strong co-sponsors, and then nothing. Because passing a bill that would fundamentally disrupt hundreds of thousands of jobs, destabilize the university programs, and upend entire industries is not as simple as introducing it. So let me sum it up now. The End H-1B Visa Abuse Act of 2026 is real. The proposals are extreme, and yes, it signals where a portion of Congress wants to take this conversation. That is worth paying attention to. But a proposal is not a policy, and the history of H-1B legislation is littered with bills that made the waves and died quietly in the committee. What you should do is, of course, stay informed, consult your immigration attorney if your status is in a sensitive phase, but don't make irreversible decisions based on a bill that has not cleared the first hurdle. We will keep tracking this. If anything changes, if this bill picks up real momentum, you will hear it from me first. So I will see you guys next week with a fresh new video. Until then, I hope this was helpful. Take care, stay cool, stay safe.